What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Thursday. We got a random collection of Vikings news stories for the Thursday news dump for the Vikings on, what day is it today? Dog Days Summer, August 3rd. Nailed it, 2023. First up, so the infamous night practice, first of two for the Vikings in 2023 training camp is going down tonight. TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. Doors open at 5. You got DJ Omar Bliss. Woo! Good times, man. And Vikings Legends autographs featuring Chuck Foreman and Stu Voigt from back in the day. The Vizzy Legends bartender is Brooks Bollinger. I love it, man. Fun fact, Brooks Bollinger was the quarterback for half the game for Adrian's 296. Yeah. And it could have worked out with Brooks Bollinger, except he's a stupid Badger. That's why Joel Stave didn't work out too. Oh, also besides him being Joel Stave. Then the other quarterback was T-Jack. Rest in power. Legends Connection, Chad Greenway. Ooh. Chad Greenway's done well for himself, man. Like, Gray Duck spirits. Let's go. But that's the thing, too. Like, players need to find their next thing because it's tough. It's, one chapter of your life closes, and you got to find your next mission. Whether that's getting into business, whether that's getting into coaching, whether that's getting into consulting or whatever. Practice 7 to 9. Now, what's great about this night practices is they generally tend towards 7-on-7, 11-on-11, so putting on a show for the fans. Plus, I think that people are going to get their first real dose of what this Flores defense is going to be. It's going to be pressing across the line. It's going to be blitzing. It's going to be disguising. They're going to come out looking like they're zone. They end up in man, look like man. They end up in zone, a zone blitz, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, I'm excited. Like, I got the vapors just because of Brian Flores' defense, man. And then autographs. So, fireworks. How many people take pictures or take video of fireworks? Like, has there ever been anyone on social media who watched a video of fireworks outside of something cool, outside of like the ending of like a multi-million-dollar city-run fireworks show or like a drone show? Like, those are pretty cool. But like, who reminisces about the good times when you saw fireworks on your iPhone 11? I don't know, man. The more DJs, good times. So, come on out, TCO. Pride of Egan. There you go. Kevin O'Connell talked on first-round rookie Jordan Addison. This is from our guy, Vikes Insider. Quote, Jordan Addison, he's off to a really good start. What he's done on the grass so far has confirmed a lot of things that we expected from Jordan. He's on the grass. He also done some things instinctively, just playing football within the confines of our scheme. He's showing a willingness to be a blocker. He's showing understanding of how he fits within the scheme and the rhythm and timing of the quarterback in the pass game. I'm really excited about him. And that's the thing too. Like, Addison, he came in NFL ready. Like, he runs a full route tree. He comes back to the football. He high points it. He's got good hands. Did have some drop issues at Pitt, but I think that's more on Kenny Pickett. But also the fact that even though the USC offense, last year under Lincoln Riley, it's not really like a pro-style offense, but he's played with NFL caliber quarterbacks the last handful of years, whether it's Kenny Pickett at Pitt, who could have a breakout year with the Steelers this year, or Caleb Williams. That's right, man. So I think that Addison and Kirk are developing a very fast chemistry. I think Addison, actually, I think that the speeding ticket might have been a blessing in disguise, because I think it certainly humbled him, and I think that he's just coming into camp, just putting in the work, because he did that presser, and then just like, all right, I just need to work. I just need to prove my worth. All this talk and bluster and stuff, I mean, that goes out the window, and I actually think that it may have helped focus him. So the fact that Jordan Addison is looking good, fans are also going to get a dose of him tonight. Also, Vikings worked on running back. So Alexander Madison got dinged up in practice on Tuesday. He did participate in the walkthrough on Wednesday, which is a good sign. King Kenne has been missing the last couple of days. Enter one, Jacques Patrick, the former Florida State absolute bulldozer, man. Where'd that go? That's running back depth. There you go. Aaron Wilson, NFL, who's really Houston-based writer, but he's really on top of transactions. It's like he's got tapped into the wire or something. Jacques Patrick, running back, workout this morning with the Vikings per league source. And Jacques Patrick, he is 26. Nailed it. That's how you know I'm getting old. Had to squint, although I squint a lot. Anyways, but formerly of Florida State, a UDFA in 2019, bounced around the league, had a cup of coffee with 5 different teams, including the Bengals twice. Recently in the XFL with the San Antonio Brahmas. Is that like a llama? But you can see, not necessarily the most agile specimen on planet Earth, but he is the bulldozer. He's got 17 career touchdowns at Florida State in college, 5.4 career yards per carry in Tallahassee. It was like, hey, we're bringing in a Florida State running back. It's not Dalvin, but you know what I mean. But again, at 6'4", 6'2", 234, woo, man. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say panic, but it's interesting because Patrick does bring something different to this running back room. Now, Madison can run a power, McBride a little bit too, but not the hammer. Not 6'2", 234. So maybe just like a goal line closer, like Joe Nathan closing the things out. I don't know, but I think I'm a little bit more concerned about Kenny at this point versus Madison. Madison seems to be fine, but also Chandler and also McBride, who 3-down McBride. I think they could hold down the fort. Full details of Danielle's contract are out. Now, we speculated about the number, how they got to $20.953 million, and sucks to be right all the time. Anyways, Ben Gaslick, Star Tribune. Danielle Hunter's new contract, the Vikings, still has 2 void years in it, push it real good, $14.9 million to dead money into 2024. His 2023 cap is $20.953 million, $10 million base, $1.5 million in per game roster bonus, which is fully guaranteed, and $1.833 signing bonus proration over 3 years. $7.62 million of old bonus prorations is dead, and $3 million of not likely to be earned incentives. They're tied to sacks, so they're probably going to be earned. But like we said before, he did have 2 void years on to his deal, and they got pushed to subsequent years. Now, if he's not on the team when his contract voids at the end of the season, absent an extension, it does come due just shy of $15 million on the 2024 cap dead. But if he is back on the team with an extension, those prorated dead years go 7.5 over 2024, 2025. Either way, you got Danielle, and it only costs you $7 million cap in 2023. So be thankful for that. Also thankful for my formative years. So Randy Moss, Chris Carter were the duo back in the day. When the Vikings were 3 deep, Randy Moss taken in the first round in 1998, and that was back when Chris Carter was the man, as well as Jake Reed was a 1,000-yard receiver. So that is truly BPA. And the 33rd team ranked them as the top wide receiver duo of all time. Now, this got some consternation from Niners Nation because of Jerry Rice and John Taylor. But, Randy Moss and Chris Carter, they're 2 of the top 5 receivers of all time. You may even say top 4, depending on how you see T.O., because for me, it's Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, Fitz, CC, and then T.O. Those are your top 5, right? So the fact that you have 2 of the top 5 in there, John Taylor was a hell of a player, man, but he ain't top 5 all time, right? And Jerry Rice, respect, but nah. So Randy Moss, CC, number 1. Also, I think it's funny that Randy Moss and Wes Welker, because they put up some Lulu numbers, man, in the mid-aughts with Brady and company. Fitz and Bolden, Bolden's this is sort of like the Jerry Rice and John Taylor thing where, John Taylor and Anquan Bolden are bad dudes, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. 5 is way too early. 5 is way too early, man. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins up at 5. Like, who voted for this? Like, Joe Burrow make this list? I don't know, man. Harrison and Wayne are too low. Way too. You got 2 Hall of Famers, or should be Hall of Famers. I don't know if Reggie Wayne is in. He should be. But yeah, these 2 guys should certainly be higher. Clayton and Duper were underrated back in the day. Because, everyone talks about Dan Marino throwing for 4,000 yards back in the 80s. Who do you think he was throwing it to? Swan and Stallworth. They didn't put up huge numbers, basically because of the era. Like, also Bradshaw usually threw more interceptions than touchdowns. But when they needed plays, like in the playoffs and in the Super Bowls, they made them. All right, that's how Lynn Swan got into the Hall of Fame. Bruce and Torrey Holt, I think that's low. The greatest show on turf. Also, you throw in Oz Hakeem, it's cow. Tyreek and Waddle, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. That's certainly a little bit more recency bias. Could you put in, would you put in Thielen and Diggs at some point on this list? Maybe. I don't know. Would you put JJ and whoever at some point on this? You could put Justin Jefferson and Thayer Thomas on this list, and it would be top 10, and you wouldn't blink an eye, man. I guess the rest of this is just sponsored by the 33rd team. They have great content over there. But Ross Tucker he ranked the Vikings offensive line, absent Dalton Risner, as number 8 in the league. Now, a lot of it goes to Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill, who I think they're a top 2 tackle duo in the league. And yeah, I will give some respect to the Eagles and the rugby guy, as well as Lane Johnson. And then, the Lions with Decker and Sewell. Yes, I mean, respect. But, I mean, Darrisaw has a chance to be one of the best young left tackles in the game. Trent Williams 2.0. O'Neill, knocking on all the wood that Achilles is good to go. And Bradbury, as much flack as he got over the last couple of years, he was a top 10 center last year. And that's all that you need. Now, if Ezra and Ingram can step up at the guard spots, or the Vikings sign Dalton Risner, they could rise. But the fact that Ross Tucker, pundit in the media, as well as played NFL offensive lineman for a number of years, especially on the interior offensive line, super smart, super dialed in. So the fact that he gives the Vikings a thumbs up and above average at 8, I'll take that, man. I will certainly take that. Also, the Bears are still, Packers. Bakhtiari actually plays more than 2 games this year, sure. And the Lions up at 2, yes. I respect, again, like we said, the Eagles and the Lions, respect all the way around. Because the Lions, the Eagles got Kelsey and whatnot, and the Lions got Ragnow and our guy Jonah Jackson. That's a good offensive line. Browns too. Damn, man, damn. But we'll take 8 and rising. It is great. But that's it. That's today's Thursday news dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Once worth the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skull Production Value.